is Thompson. I'm a senior computer science major. And this presentation is going to be on social networking, how it relates to businesses, the benefits that social networking can offer to businesses and different social medias out there, and also the risks associated with them. Then we're going to wrap up with how businesses can best manage their social networking policies. First off, social network is, we're going to talk about all that. First off, a social network, simply put, is just a media platform that links us all together and offers us features such as profiles, pictures, blogs, communication with friends, the ability to make different user groups, share videos and discussions, things like that. The main big three sites out there, which you've all probably heard of, Facebook, which is the largest one with over 600 million users, Twitter, a microblogging site that allows us to share tweets, and LinkedIn, which is similar to Facebook but geared more towards business professionals for sharing information with colleagues or looking for job applications. Facebook itself started in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg. Now, it started off as a college-only web service that you even needed a university email to even have a profile with, but it has since grown and allows everyone, and it has grown to an enormous size. 50% of all Facebook users log in each day, and it has many different features that can be used by organizations and individuals. A few of the main stats about Facebook is, like I said, over 500 million users, actually over 600 million. People spend over 700 billion minutes per month on Facebook, and about 70% of the users are outside of the United States. These three facts alone show how the enormous international business potential that Facebook has for marketing and just getting information out there and finding people and groups to share with. It's cheap, it's easy, and viral marketing is very legal. Twitter has, like I said, it's microblogging. You can establish followers that are people who are interested in what you have to say on a daily basis. It is easy to abuse, on the other hand, though. There are many celebrities out there who like to send tweets out every second. And one example recently in the media you may have heard about, the spokesman for Aflac, Gilbert Gottfried, was recently fired for making very offensive jokes about the tragedy in Japan right now. And something like that can happen to anybody. Offensive material can be found by a company you work for or a company you're trying to work for, and you can get in serious trouble. And then LinkedIn, which is, like I said, a business-oriented social network founded in 2002 with over 90 million users. And instead of friends like Facebook, it has what are called connections, and it's similar to Facebook but with a more serious purpose. And there are plenty of others out there like YouTube, Clickstream, and Flickr, which are for videos and photos, MySpace, many others, and blogs, and a couple more, but we don't have time to talk about all this. Now, this is the part that you're not going to like. It's going to make you want to run home and delete all your Facebook accounts, but the issues and risks involved with social media. There's a major lack of IT involvement for companies that utilize social media. It's well known that productivity is lost, and individuals can suffer from privacy and fraud. Spam and malware are very prevalent, and there are also some very costly legal issues out there that companies need to be made aware of. First off is IT oversight. Cisco recently performed a study that found that 75% of companies utilize social media, but only less than 1% actually incorporated their IT departments. The reasons being that nowadays the user base, as far as utilizing social media goes, are ahead of the IT departments. There are drawbacks, but they haven't been widely utilized enough in businesses for the drawbacks to become apparent to the businesses yet. Now, irresponsible usage can lead to making these drawbacks apparent, and these IT companies or IT departments need to be utilized and involved in companies that utilize social media. And like I said, improper usage, such as posting bad comments or having inappropriate pictures, can lead to individuals leaving themselves vulnerable. Kind of like this handsome fellow right here. Now, there's nothing really bad about this picture, although there is a drink in it. But some of these other pictures, mind you, which I very easily found online, could have very serious problems or repercussions for these people if they were involved in a company that required a good image and these were public faces. Not just inappropriate pictures, but phishing and social engineering attacks are also very prevalent on these websites such as Facebook. If you see in the picture on the right, that looks like a Facebook logout screen, but it's in fact a fake website. You see the URL in the corner is not Facebook, and it would just be used to gather the individual's password and email, and they would gain access to that person's Facebook account. And also accidental information leaks by employees. People in these security chains are usually the weakest link, and it'd be very easy with phishing and social engineering for people to get private corporate information out of an individual. Now, with over 500 million users on Facebook, sending out spam and phishing attacks is kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. You're going to hit something. So it's a very rich platform for spammers and hackers to exploit. And even and if like an executive's profile or a company group profile were to be infected and start sending out spam, that could very seriously damage a company's image. And everyone knows about MySpace, but even recently, Facebook and Twitter have all been attacked in recent years. And one of the other problems with social networking work is that, is the malware, like I said. They've all been attacked in recent years. And also, one of the other major sources of malware on applications like Facebook are all the apps. One of the easiest ways to get malware on a computer is by downloading all these different applications. Someone sends you a zombie or something like that, you want to answer it. But the safest way to handle this is to not accept any of those. And if someone were on a work computer doing that, they can download malware right onto that. Now we all know Facebook and social media is overused at work. All companies have reported a loss of productivity since the abundance of social media has really come into play. It is addictive and it can be hard to stop. The problem is, though, some companies may restrict access to websites such as this and other social media websites entirely, and that might send the wrong message to employees. The trick is to find a strong policy that best suits the company's business needs. Open enough to not send the wrong message, but restrictive enough to keep employees from wasting too much time. And one of the easiest ways to exploit social media sites, especially like Facebook, is through fraud and identity theft. There's a famous case with a man named Brian Rupert, who over the course of 2 days had his Facebook account hacked. He and family and friends were locked out from it, but then the hackers started sending out status updates telling all the rest of his friends and colleagues that he was stuck in a foreign country and needed money. Facebook, since it has over 500 million people, can't answer a customer hotline, so it has very limited support against fraud. He could not get in touch with Facebook and couldn't get in touch with the rest of his friends, and one friend actually ended up sending over $1,200 to the hacker. It finally ended when he was able to get in touch with a friend of a friend who worked at Facebook, and they were able to stop the problem. But like I said, Facebook has limited protection against fraud attacks such as this. Now, the big issue with social networking is privacy. Whatever goes out there on the internet, it's out there pretty much forever. Companies can, if you're looking for a job, they can profile employees. Law enforcement will case Facebook looking for underage drinkers or things such as that. And even if you try to be careful, friends of yours will post photos and comments about you which could be negative, and it's very hard to control. Now, and one of the biggest issues for companies are the legal risks. Copyright infringement is a tricky one. There are many laws regarding that as far as what's posted publicly may void copyright protections. And anything an employee says, they're liable for online. If an employee says something, it can and will be used against a company if a lawsuit were to arise. There's also questionable collection of data. If companies are profiling people who are applying for jobs on the applicant's social network accounts, right now there are no laws regarding this, but it is a questionable practice, and laws may be developed in the future around that. Inadvertent release of regulatory information. For those of you who don't know, that's insider info, stock market information. A marketing executive might release a tip or inadvertently make a comment that then gives illegal insider information to stockbrokers. In fact, the SEC even monitors all Twitter feeds of publicly traded companies right now because they can lead to very expensive lawsuits. Now, cheer everyone back up. Don't delete all of your profiles and all that. There are many benefits of social media. It can help improve customer service and outreach, and even customer retention for customers. It can help companies with recruitment. This may seem contradictory, but it can increase productivity if used in the right way for networking, marketing, knowledge sharing. It can a company can increase their search listing with a stronger online presence, and utilizing social media as a company shows that you're capable of adapting to new media and technology. Now, in recruiting, there are websites like Monster, which have been around forever now, that are used solely for creating a employee profile and searching for jobs and for companies to post job listings. Facebook alone can really help with college students reaching out. You can you can program marketing ads to appear in the sidebars of all computer science majors' Facebook accounts and things like that. And it can be used to keep in touch with past employees and improve good relations with them. And even most companies nowadays require a job applicant to create a user profile on their own website when applying for a job online. It can be used to spread updates and news. You can quickly and easily find out relevant information to your career field or company events. RSS feeds and similar services provide those kind of features. And even if you have a company with 100 employees all with a mobile device, then you need to send an update quickly. Something like a company Twitter account or an RSS feed can easily accomplish that. And networking, which is the biggest, most obvious social networking use of these social medias. Networking can be used not only to find new recruits, but also in the office. Inter-office networking is a very important aspect of rising up in a corporate ladder. It can create business partnerships, and it can also create a closer connection to customers of the business and increase customer satisfaction. Now, all the social networks out there are all being utilized to market towards you, the consumer, in different ways. Facebook, we can rattle off a whole bunch here, has all these different methods for marketing and features that businesses can use to get in touch with you. Now, of course, the big four things that marketing can accomplish through social media are establishing clients and maintaining them, finding leads, and cheap, easy, and effective viral marketing. Now, with all these possibilities, and also adaptation. Utilizing social networks shows that a company is adapting to new media. It can improve a company's image, and it won't seem like an old caveman who hasn't figured out how to start a fire. This is a new frontier, and taking advantage of it before others do can really help a company gain an effective technological edge over the competition. Now, with all these different benefits and issues looming above our heads, companies need to be able to create a strong policy and learn how to manage this beast, which is social networking, in an effective way to maximize potential. First off, they need to have a plan. Like any other software protocol or protocols for use in any risky area, such as a company that sells stocks, they have protocols for how to deal with trades and things like that. Social media is no different. They need to have, there can't be an informal usage of social marketing. You can't have a team of guys that just randomly update the Twitter feeds. There need to be well thought out objectives with formal regulations and usage policies for conducting business in social media. There are clear, and like I said, clear and formal policies in other areas. Social media should not be an exception. Involve the IT department. This is a technological field, and IT needs to be involved and have oversight. They can help scale the technology properly and help integrate it into the current business models. And this is probably the biggest area, because like I said, people are always the weakest link in these security chains. You need to educate their employees on how to properly utilize social networks. They're the most susceptible to errors. Employees need to be educated in how to behave not only at work and utilizing maybe a company's social network profile, but even in their own personal social networks, which is becoming very important. So like I said, it's very easy to get in trouble by posting wrong information about yourself or even your company on a personal site. There need to be formal policies implemented in place, and they need to be explained to the employees as to why they're important, so they fully embrace the idea and can move on. And then finally, legal expertise. With the legal pitfalls that are out there, companies need to make sure that their lawyers know what they're doing. And all the legal risks out there alone may actually dissuade some companies. But with proper legal advice, these pitfalls can be avoided. And if a company is unable to do this internally, it is highly recommended they seek external advice for handling the different areas and laws regarding information on social media. Now, in conclusion, social networks, simply put, are just media platforms that connect us together. They are a growing market, but they're becoming more prevalent in our daily life. So, as such, they are potentially dangerous and need to be handled with care. But what is it nowadays? Everything out there needs to be handled with care. The difference here is with social media, it's a new and unexplored area. So it's scary. But do the benefits outweigh the risks? I feel that they do. There's a staggering potential, as I've outlined, for businesses to take advantage of in social media. And like I said, I'll repeat, they need to be handled carefully with formal regulations and policies. Now, social media is becoming a bigger and more important part in all of our lives. Companies now have the ability to interact on various levels with all the social media out there. And before too long, that ability to interact may no longer be just an option, but a necessity. Thank you very much.